Welcome to Math of Mrs. Cox. We are on Chapter 11, Lesson 7, page 839 in your math book. We are actually going to convert some more units of capacity. Remember, capacity means to measure how much a container can hold. And these are a great key to help you figure it out because there's a size relation. 1 fluid ounce is about the size of a nail polish. 1 cup, about the size of a baby bottle. A pint, a water bottle. A quart, motor oil. Of course, that's the only thing I don't recommend eating on this page. And then the gallon is a gallon of milk. Feel free to take a screenshot of this to have in your iPad for later. Okay. Sandra tries to drink 9 cups of water each day. How many fluid ounces of water is 9 cups? Convert 9 cups to fluid ounces. Since 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces, we can just multiply 9 cups by 8 fluid ounces. So then we can see that the answer is 72. Next page, please. As with units of length and units of weight, measurement of capacity in the customary system can be expressed in fractions, which means, yes, we can have remainders. So since 2 pints equals, 2 pints, let's look. 2 pints equal 1 quart. 2 pints can equal 1 quart. Divide 7 by 2. They want to know how many quarts can be made from 2 pints. The remainder, let's divide it. 2 will go into 7 at least 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. So our answer is going to be 3 remainder 1. Writing the right things here. So now I'm going to finish the sentences over here. The remainder 1 means that there's 1 pint left over. The fraction of the quart is 1 out of 2, or 1/2. So 7 pints equals 3 quarts and 1 pint, which then can be written as 3.5 quarts, or this is correct too, 3.5. So we're going to complete. All right, so 3 cups. Now we bounce over here. We can see that in each cup, there's an 8. So each cup is 8 fluid ounces. So we have 3 cups times the 8, that's where we get the 8 from, is going to be 24. So that we can see that 3 cups equals 24 fluid ounces. Number 2, we have 4 quarts equals how many cups? Well, let's look at our poster. 4 cups. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cups equals how many fluid ounces? 4 times 8. So we're going to do, I read it wrong. I apologize. Okay, take 2. Number 2, we have 4 quarts equals how many cups? So let's look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our 4 quarts. And in each quart, there are 4 cups. So we can do 4. We could just do 4 times 4 equals 16. But they had you go about it a long way. They said 4 times 2 is 8 pints. And then 8 pints times 2 cups is 16. And that works because we both reached the same answer with different strategies. And that's okay. Number 3, we have 18 pints equals how many quarts? Okay, they have us dividing by 2. There's 2 pints into each quart. There's 2 purple peas in a quart. So 18 divided by 2 is 9. So then we have 9 quarts. All right, as we convert these, feel free to race me through them. You have the Big G poster up on the board. You have your own personal Big G poster. So may the odds be ever in your favor. Let's go. All right, here we are going to be getting here. I have 5 cups. I need to see how many fluid ounces there are. Bounce over to my poster. So I see a cup has 8 fluid ounces. So I'm going to do 5 times 8 equals 40. So I will have 40 fluid ounces with 5 cups. Okay, number 5, we have 19 quarts equals how many gallons? With a remainder of some quarts left over. Okay, so let's look at our Big G poster. I can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 in a gallon. So I have 4 in a gallon, and I have 19 quarts I need to figure out what to do with. 4 will go into 19, not 5 times, that's way too much, so it's going to have to be 4. 16. There's going to be 3 left over, and my pencil is having problems. So then we're going to have 4 gallons with 3 remaining quarts left over. Number 6, we have 50 cups. Oh, goodness. How many pints? Well, let's look. For each pint, there are 2 cups in it. So if I have 50 cups, I can divide that by 2, and I know 25 will go into it. So 25 pints would equal 50 cups. Okay, number 7, I have 22 fluid ounces equals cups and fluid ounces left over. So now remember, in every cup, there are 8 fluid ounces. You can take 22 divided by 8. 8 will go into 22. Let's see, once, twice. 3 times is too much, so twice would be 16. Then I have 6 left over. So I'm going to have 2 cups with 6 left over. Number 8, I have 2 gallons equals how many fluid ounces? Well, let's kind of look at our poster. 1 gallon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 times 8. Okay, so I'm going to do 16 times 8 because there are, there we go, it would be 48, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 128 plus 128 because there's 2 gallons. So I'm going to do 128 right here because it's just easier than how I stuck it right here. So we have 16. I don't know why I did that one little crazy number. 16, good heavens. 4, 5, 2. So 256 fluid ounces. Whew, that's a lot of fluid ounces in 2 gallons of milk. All right, we have 7 cups equals how many pints? Let's bounce over to our poster. We have cups, and each cup, it takes 2 cups to make 1 pint. Okay, so if we have 2 cups to equal 1 pint, it's going to be a fraction. So let's try that out. So 2 cups, and there's 7 pints. 2 will go into 7 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. And there's 1 left over. So there's 2 remainder, 1 out of 2 because there's 2 cups in a pint. So then my answer is going to be 3.5 pints. Or you could write it like this, 3.5. They'll both be considered correct. Number 10, we have 19 cups equals how many fluid ounces? Well, let's look. Okay, every 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. So we have 8 fluid ounces into 1 cup, and we have 19 cups we need to figure out. So 8 will go into 19 at least twice to make 16, right? And then there'll be 3 left over, remainder 3. And then our fraction is going to be out of, let's see, there's going to be 2. I totally messed that up. Whoops. Take 2. All right. 19 cups equals how many fluid ounces? Goodness gracious. We have 19 cups, and in every cup there are 8 fluid ounces. So we are timesing. 8 times 9 is 72. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 7 is 15. So we have 152 fluid ounces. Okay, number 11, we have 25 gallons equals how many quarts? So there are 4 quarts in each gallon, and we have 25. So we can multiply. And you can probably look at that and say, well, 4 times 25 is 100, right? So then we have 100 quarts. Number 12, we have 68 pints equals how many gallons? Let's see how many pints are in a gallon, shall we? Pints are the purples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 pints in a gallon. So we have 68 pints that we can divide into groups of 8. 8 will go into 68 at least 8 times, because 8 times 8 is 64, right? With the remainder of 4 left over. So we're going to have 8. But then what do we do with that 4? We have a remainder 4, but 4 out of what? That's right, out of 8, because there's 8 pints that equal a gallon, and we only have 4 out of the 8. But then that can be simplified to 8 and 1/2. So we have 8.5 gallons that can come out of the 68 pints. Number 13, we have 56 quarts equals so many gallons. Well, there are 4 quarts for each gallon, so we're going to take 4 into 56. 4 will go into 5 once. 1 times 4 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Bring down the 16. 4 will go into 16 4 times. Oh, I love it when it works out beautifully like that. So 56 quarts equals 14 gallons. All right, greater than, less than, or equal to. So we have cups and fluid ounces. They are not the same measurement of capacity, so we need to convert them both to this, or convert them all to the smallest measurement they have so they can be evaluated. So fluid ounces is a little bit smaller than cups. There are 8 fluid ounces to each cup. So 4 times 8 is 32. Now we can compare 32 and 40. We can see that 40 is bigger. Okay, now let's look at 15. Pints are definitely smaller. And on my gallon poster, it says I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 pints per gallon. This is kind of tricky because it's 0.75. So let's just deal with the whole number. 1 times 8 is, well, 8 pints right there. Now we have to figure out the 0.75. I know 0.75 means the same as 3/4, right? Then I know that there are 8 pints in a gallon. So 4, what do you have to times 4 by to get 8? That's right. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so then I'm going to have 6 3/4. 3/4, or 0.75 of a gallon, is going to be 6. So now I'm going to add plus 6 to my measurements over here. 8 plus 6 is 14. So now I can compare 14 pints to 10 pints. I can see that the sign is going to be that direction, greater than. And I'm going to convert both of these to cups because I can't compare them the way that they are. This is going to be a fun one. Okay, let's figure this out. So for number 16, for every quart, we need to figure out how many cups, and every pint, we need to figure out how many cups. Okay, every quart has 1, 2, 3, 4 cups, and every pint has 2 cups. Okay, so every pint equals 2 cups, and every quart, I forgot, 4 cups, equals 4 cups. Okay, all right, so let's convert all of these to cups, and we'll see what we can figure out. So we have 2 times 2 quarts times 4 cups each equals 8 cups total. Then we can figure out 3/4 of a quart, or excuse me, 3/4, and because there's going to be 4 cups in a quart, so just times by 1, right? So I'm going to add 3 more cups. 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to have a total of 11 cups. 11 cups is the same as 2 3/4 of a quart. Now I need to convert this one to cups. Every pint has 2 cups. This is 5.5 pints, okay? So 5 times 2 equals 10. And then I just have a half of a pint, and it's 2 cups. So half of 2 cups is just plus 1. So that's going to equal 11 cups. What do you see? 11 cups compared to 11 cups is equal. That was a lot of work just to get an equal sign. That's right, we did it. Okay, number 17, we have 3 gallons versus 13 quarts. I know there are 4 quarts in a gallon, so 4 times 3 equals 12 quarts versus 13 quarts. Well, obviously 13 is more just by a little bit though. Okay, quarts and pints. Looking at our poster, we can see that every quart has 2 pints. So quarts, we have 5 times 2 equals 10. 10 pints versus 10 pints. Hey, they are equal. All right, number 19. Ooh, 300 fluid ounces equals how many, or is what is greater or less than 2 gallons? Well, let's check. So fluid ounces, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 16 times 8. Okay, oh, I should do that on the other side. So we're doing gallons. For every gallon, there is 16 cups. And every cup is 8 fluid ounces. So we're going to multiply 16 times 8. 8 times 6 times 8 is 48. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 128. Now we have to add that because there's 2 gallons. So 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 gallons is the same as saying 256 fluid ounces. Now we can compare which is greater, 300 or 256. You are right. 300 is definitely greater. Okay, we're going to cross out this page and head to our homework. Again, we are converting customary units of capacity. Make sure to use your big G poster to help you out with this. Okay, we have 16 cups. How many pints is that? Let's look. For every purple P, there are 2 cups in it, okay? So if we have 16 cups, whoops, helps if I put it on markup. One of these days I'll figure this out. So if we have 16 cups and we're going to divide them in increments of 2, 2 will go into 16. Yep, 8 times. So we're going to have 8 pints. Now we have 68 fluid ounces equal how many cups? Let's look. Every cup is 8 fluid ounces. So if we have 68 fluid ounces, or excuse me, 64, we're going to divide it by 8, because 8 fluid ounces equals 1 cup. And that looks like a fact family. 8 times 8 is 64, a double. So we have 8 cups. Boy, this homework is liking the number 8. Okay, number 5, we have 5 quarts equals how many gallons with how many quarts? So if I have 5 quarts, I know that 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. So 4 will go into 5 one time. Write that a little neater for you. With a remainder of 1 left over. 1 gallon with 1 quart left over. Okay, 18 quarts. 18 quarts. I know that there's 4 of them make a gallon, so I need to see how many gallons are hiding in there. 4 will go into 18 about 4 times, and then it will make 16. And then there'll be 2 left over. So I'm going to have 4 gallons, and I'm going to have 2 quarts left over. But what do I do? Yeah, there's 4 quarts to equal a gallon. So there's 2 out of 4, which would simplify down to 4.5. Or you could write 4.5 as well. Okay, number 5, we have 7 cups equals how many pints? Well, let's look at our poster. Every cup, there's 2 cups that equal 1 pint. 2 cups equal 1 pint, and we have 7. So 7 And 2 cups equal 1 pint. So 2 will go into 7 at least 3 times. Remainder 1. So we have 3 cups, and there's 1 left over, but it takes 2 cups to make a pint. I'm going to erase this work right here so it doesn't confuse the answer. And so our answer is going to be 3.5 or 3.5. Either one will work. Okay, number 6, we have 16 pints plus a cup equals how many cups? Well, let's look. Every pint has 2 cups. Okay, so we have 16 times 2 equals 32. Then we have to add that 1. So it's going to be 33. 33 cups. 33 cups. Now turn the page. Number 7. Oops, got to push mark up first. The table shows the amount of paint left in each jar. Which jar contains the greatest amount of paint and the least? Well, what they're trying to do is set this up to where you have to convert each of these to the same unit of capacity so we can compare them. So let's do the smallest one. It looks like we have cups, and there's also fluid ounces. Now remember, each cup has 8 fluid ounces, and we have fluid ounces here and fluid ounces here. So let's probably just change everything to fluid ounces so it's just easier. Okay, let's look over here. Every pint has 16 fluid ounces. 8 plus 8 is 16. So every pint has 16 fluid ounces. Right here I have 2 pints, so I'm going to have 16 plus 16. And then I have this 4 fluid ounces, so there's a 4. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 36. So I'm going to say this one is 36. And we're going to say fluid ounces. All right, now cups. Let's measure over here. Every cup is 8 ounces. Okay, so this one is going to be 5 times 8 equals 40. So I'm going to put 40 over here. And this one's already measured for us. Thank goodness, 39 fluid ounces. Now we can give a great answer, can't we? Our first question says, which jar contains the greatest amount of paint? Well, the greatest amount of paint is the purple. Now they want the least. The least amount of paint is, well, the blue. So then that is what your answers are going to look like. Number 8, model math. Write a real-world situation that can be solved by converting customary units. 3 cups. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's look at our vocabulary. Circle the correct term that would be most appropriate for each sentence. Cups or gallons would be the most appropriate customary unit to measure the capacity of a hot chocolate mug. Ooh, it depends on the quality of the hot chocolate. But typically, you'll want to use cups. Gallons or pints would be the most appropriate customary unit to measure the capacity of the swimming pool. Well, that would be a lot easier to just use gallons because pints would take forever. Weight or capacity is to measure how much a container can hold. Capacity, think hot chocolate mug. An average person drinks 16 ounces of milk a day. At this rate, how many gallons will the person drink in a leap year? 366. Okay, so they want us to think of gallons. So 16 ounces of milk a day. So there are 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup, right? So 16 fluid ounces would be 2 cups a day. Now that makes my life a little bit easier because then I can just go 366 times 2. Because that's 2 cups a day for 366 days, right? You following with me here? 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 1 more is 7. So that's how many cups in a leap year. Now, let's look at our gallon poster. How many cups are in a gallon? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay, so then we have this many cups in a year. So we're going to take 16, we'll go into 732. Now I want you to notice, if you're not comfortable doing this division, this is a multiple choice answer. So you could just take 16 times 46 or 16 times 45 and see which one is closer. It's called a guess and check. But I'm going to go ahead and do the division because I can do hard things. All right, 16 won't go into 7, but it will go into 73. This is about 20, and this is about close to 75-ish or so. So it should go 2, 4, 6, at least 6 times. So I'm going to do a guess and check up here of 16 times 6. Ooh, way too much. So 16 times 5. 8. Ooh, way too much again. So I'm going to do 16 times 4. 24. 4, 5, 6, 64. So what I really should have done is I should have looked at my answers and realized they all have a 4 in the beginning. That would have made my life a lot easier. All right, that's okay. I like to take the hard route sometimes. 4 times 16 is 64. So then borrow from here, turn that into a 6, into a 13. It'll be 9. Bring down the 2. 16 will go into 92. Now I know because of my previous work right here that 6 would be too much. So 5 is going to be a better answer. So I'm going to do 5 right here. 5 times 16 is 80. And that's going to be 12 left over. So I have 45, remainder 12, and that number is going to be my denominator. But that can be simplified. I think that 4 can go into both of them. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So my final answer is going to be 45 and 3/4. That was a lot of work. And I see that answer right there. Whew. Thank you for hanging out with me on capacity today. Hopefully you know everything there is to know about cups, pints, and gallons, and you can convert them like a